Good morning, YouTube. Louie here with the best silver gold deals of Saturday, September 27th, 2025. Let's rock. Oh my God, what a day it was yesterday. Okay, we had gold up $10 to 3,758 and silver up 88 cents to 45.99, having been over 46 at one point. 45.99 against a December futures contract 46.36. Looks like this march higher continues. GSR slowing down a minute here for the GSR. 81.60. Had you switched out of gold for silver at over 100 to 1, you would now have 20% more gold if you switch back today, but don't do that. I think that we are headed to a lower GSR. Look at it plummeting here. This is a pretty typical move on the GSR, pretty typical move on silver following gold in terms of timing and then exceeding gold's appreciation when the move really starts to happen. And this has happened before and it is happening again. If you're wondering where the GSR will settle, I think we'll probably bounce off 80 and then have a retracement, and then ultimately 75 and possibly 65. That's where I think we're headed long term. In the short term, we'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, 10-year yield unchanged. The fly in the ointment for the Federal Reserve and for Washington. They want this 10-year to go down. They want mortgages to be cheaper. They want all the insolvent corporations to be able to refinance, all the banks to be able to dump their 0% interest rate bonds, and it isn't happening. So what happens next? Federal Reserve on a path to cut another 25 or 50 basis points, and this 10-year is not budging. So I don't know, it'll probably tick down a little bit, but it's being very stubborn here. And if I had to bet, I would say yield curve control and money printer go burr is right around the corner. All right, the dollar down about 1/4% to 98.18. Probably a good spot to short the dollar. Let's see, copper down 2 cents to 4.78, but it made a move recently to 4.94 and met heavy resistance there. Now at 4.78, it's thinking about what it wants to do next. I think what it wants to do next is something like 5.50. All right, platinum not getting the message from copper, and platinum being an industrial metal and also reminiscent of precious metals. Gold casts a heavy shadow on platinum, and I'm still holding with my price target of 1,800 for platinum. I'm glad you guys have been buying some, but I wouldn't get overweighted in platinum. I think if you had 10 ounces of gold and you had 1 ounce of platinum, that's what I'd be doing. None of this is financial advice, of course. I'm just a guy. So I don't know. I don't promise anything, and you should hear all opinions. But 90% of what you're going to hear right now on the media is going to be bullish, and I'll try to stay balanced. All right, the DBB Base Metal Fund, which is zinc and lead, etc., is 20.23, down 19 cents yesterday. Let's see, the gold miners, well, they're just moving higher. The GDX basket of gold miners, which is probably what I would invest in, what I am invested in actually, before you go out trying to pick junior gold miners or taking a recommendation from a buddy, or God forbid, buy anything that anyone on YouTube ever recommends in terms of individual gold, silver miners, or penny stocks. The GDX is a safer bet, and it is just continuing to explode higher. The subscriber that said just buy it and watch it go up every day is more right than wrong. That's pretty much what it does. It's at 74.68, up 2.12% on Friday. And silver miner, no different. Now, I thought the silver chart was looking a little weak there the other day, but fooled me and kept going up. The SIL basket of silver miners up $1.75, 2.5% to 70 yesterday. In the economic calendar, now that we're past all the economic releases, next week we have Fed new home sales. A lot of new home sales happening, and I think that's because they're dropping their prices. Are you getting the emails from builders saying, $150,000 price reduction on new homes? The housing market is very strange right now. Be very careful out there on housing. So they might be selling a bunch of them, but are they taking a loss? Tuesday we have Fedhead, we have Case-Shiller Home Price Index, PMI, job openings, consumer confidence. Wednesday, ADP employment, that's private sector employment, ISM manufacturing. Thursday, initial jobless claims. So it'll be an interesting week, and boy, I can't wait to see what happens next week. And before we get on to the deals, I'm on bestsilvergolddeals.com. It's all totally free, where I look for the best deals anywhere on the internet. I'm not sponsored by any bullion dealer. Okay, before we do that, the question of the day, I asked you, if you're selling, where are you selling? And you can ask me if you want to know. Let's see. So, and members say, no selling, only buying when I can. That is Patches. Bullion Bandit says, oh my, how the markets have changed throughout the day. Silver Tariff says, time to sell some soon. Okay, Big Green Stacker says, good day, Louie. Surfing Silver says, I tried a couple of places a few days ago, but the buyback prices were way too low. So those must be physical LCSs. The one closest wanted a 12% profit. I just go to the big shops on the wealthy side of town. They give me good buyback prices. You know, better the shop, the better the buyback price. I don't know. I've never tested that out. And of course, there are lots of places you can sell on the internet, and to the dealers on YouTube, I recommend. And not take that big a haircut. If you are getting any less than $1.50 back a spot for your silver, or 2% back of spot on your gold, then you're selling it at the wrong place. Let's see. Clean King Silver says, not selling, but definitely trading some silver for low premium pre-33. Okay. Love the pre-33. Let's go lose, says Richard Bauman. Gold sunflowers have been up this morning. Yes, there's about 1,500 gold sunflowers back for sale, but they'll no longer get that first strike designation, I don't think. Let's see, like number 13, I sell from time to time. I have a line on my chart for my next, nice and shiny. Let's see, that is the Dandan. Ulexite says, good morning, no selling for me. And of course, people who have been holding have been right. People who sell have been wrong as of yesterday. But sometimes you want to rotate things in your stack, and sometimes you want to trade out something you don't want for something you do want. Sometimes you want to trade gold for silver, like when the GSR was 104. Duh. And sometimes you want to trade silver for gold, and sometimes you want to trade sterling for 999, and sometimes you want to get rid of that old, jewelry you had and just turn it into bullion. Maybe you want to trade in generic for U.S. sovereign coins. There's lots of reasons to sell, but generally everything you've sold over the last 12, 14 years has been a mistake. Okay, so that's why a longer-term perspective can be helpful for you younger guys. Eagles have frosting on them, according to the description. No, they don't. Fomo is now jumping on these surges. Yeah, I'm noticing people buying more, and I've got to stay agnostic here because not everybody's been stacking for a decade like me and some of you since you were, since the Kennedy administration. So, yeah, there's all different sizes, shapes of stackers. And you're seeing a lot of really good stuff come on the market right now. If you haven't checked out Coin Huskers, check out the Coin Huskers video, and you could literally buy almost anything that he is selling today. So check that out if you're stacking for the next 10 years. No selling, says Tony Begg. I am accumulating as quickly as I can afford. Sounds like a newer stacker. Curious, how do you feel with the rapidly changing spot price, says Sam Ross. Are you able to list items on eBay with a cost pegged to spot? No, I am not able to do that. I'm just a little guy, and I tend to sell more premium products, not bullion, at spot. Let's see. Bizarre how the U.S. Mint is offering the gold sunflower, says my friend way deep inside. Good old friend there. Let's see. And anybody else? Is it worth grading the gold sunflower? Absolutely, if you have a membership. but I don't grade anymore. I think it's a rigged game. Louis, are you selling some of your silver? Yes, I am selling some. I said I would sell 25% of my silver stack, and I have started to do that. I said I'd do that when silver hit 45, but recognize it takes a while to sell your silver, especially if you have a large stack. And yes, I am currently selling some of my silver. Not all of it, not most of it, not by a long shot. I have an $80 price target on silver for the long term, but I do think 45 to 48 is a good place to unload some just in case. And you know what I'm talking about if you've seen it before. It could pull back. Let's see. We're talking about constitutional coinage exemptions. He wants to know if he has to pay. This is Rhino Hunter wants to know if he has to pay capital gains tax on constitutional. You have to pay capital gains tax on everything. However, the reporting requirements are different on different types of precious metals, and you may not get a 1099 if you're selling smaller quantities, and then it's up to you and your good nature whether you want to report that or not. Okay, and Goon Master Chud says, really liking those 2-ounce double maples. Hell yeah. I can't wait to see those. I'm getting a couple from a channel member who's sending me a couple. All right, let's get on to the deals. And that was interesting, huh? Okay, let's keep going here. We can take our time, and I hope you don't have FOMO. And, you know, if you have a big wad of money and you really want to get into stacking, you're brand new, I suggest you take that money and you take 80% of it and you go hide it under your mattress, or better yet, you know, put it in the safe deposit box or something with it, and don't touch it for a little while. Take 20%, go wild, buy anything you want, but slow down right here, guys. Slow down. Don't get the FOMO. And just be sure that the stack you do have is the stack you want, because it's easy to sell right now and it's very easy to buy and rotate. All right, let's see, gold. And if you don't know what to do because silver is blowing your mind, and we all knew it would, then just buy some gold, because gold is the safe bet. It's slow and steady, tortoise and the hare. You know, I've told that story many times on my channel. You can always buy gold, and as long as we are in this period of uncertainty, gold is going to rock. And unless the world gets a handle on its fiat currency and it's dead, gold is going to rock. And unless somehow the long bond comes back as a safe investment, gold is a safe investment. Okay, all fingers point to gold right now, especially with financial advisors recommending a 20% allocation to gold. You know what the allocation is today in the stock market? It's something like 0.5%. What would happen to gold if everybody increased their 401k or their IRA allocations to a 60-20-20, like is being recommended right now, that being stocks, bonds, and gold? Explosive. And maybe the common folk will realize that gold is the future and government fiat is not. Maybe they won't. And most financial advisors and fiduciaries do not even have a gold option in your 401k. So if you are locked in the closet like that at a company with a big old 401k and your company does not offer any gold alternatives, and hopefully you're over 50 and you can pull some money out, or hopefully you can reduce contributions there and set up a Roth IRA where maybe you pick up some GLD. I'm not promoting GLD. Or maybe you put together some after-tax money and you start buying gold on your own. But don't play the game. These guys will not generally recommend buying gold, and they are fools, just like, Rave Damsey. I can't say his name because he'll monetize my video. What a... Anyway, let's see. We have got all kinds of gold, guys. I don't know what to show you. Just click the links on the website. They'll be static all day, all weekend until Sunday night. 401 for a 1/10 gold eagle. Let's go up to 5 gram gold in assay. I'll be random today. 635 for 5 grams in assay from Monument Metals. Those can be pretty cheap. You know I like the $5 commemoratives. 0.241 ounces of gold. 923 on AppMex. But don't buy anything there until we get to eBay and I tell you how to save even more money. Half Krugerrand is a pretty good price at Safe Haven Metals at 1931. Nothing wrong with foreign gold. Don't be afraid of it. 1 ounce gold eagle is 38.61 at bullion exchanges. A buffalo, same place, is 38.81. Only $20 premium on the gold buffalo. What's up with that? Sometimes it's a $100 premium. Sometimes it's a $20 premium. I guess people are dumping their buffaloes? I don't know. The big proof gold set, which we were looking at when it started around 6,200, is now $7,111 and not a bad buy at that. That's 1.85 ounces of gold. If you want to go to, let's just check. A $10 gold Liberty today. This is actually very fine. Not quite AU or BU. You got the hiccups. 1860 for a .23. What are you? No, .4838. And if I'm confused over $10 liberties and $20 liberties, I think a lot of people are. A lot of new stackers get very confused with a $20 double eagle, which is almost an ounce of gold, and a $50 eagle, which is a modern numismatic from the U.S. Mint, which has a full ounce of gold, and one's 50 and one's 20, and then, there's a $10 gold eagle that is a 1/10 ounce of gold, modern gold, then there's a $10 gold eagle, which is a single eagle, which is pre-33. It can be very confusing. So be careful what you're buying out there if you don't know the difference. But pre-33 is pretty cheap right now, and a lot of people are stacking it, and a lot of coin shops are melting it. By the way, did you see the video from Vermilion Enterprises yesterday? And he said that the refineries are getting backed up with the constitutional silver, sterling silver, etc., which takes a while to separate out the impurities from the pure silver. And buy prices on that stuff may be coming down. That means you may be able to get junk even cheaper, and you should be buying it with both hands. If you can get junk for $2 under spot, which we do regularly on this channel, you should be buying it with both hands. So refiners have got so much junk, sterling, silverware that, according to Brian, that they're backing up. They just can't. There's only 24 hours in the day. They still have capacity for 999 silver. That's why they're paying more. That's why the dealers are paying $1.50 back a spot. And nothing wrong with $1.50 back a spot. I mean, nothing wrong with that at all. You're not getting ripped off, because with silver at $46, $1.50 divided by $46, that's a 3.2% discount on your silver that's gone from 14 to 46 over the last 10 years. So there you go. I don't have any problem selling it $1.50 back, and I am. All right. Let's see. What else do we want to do? Sorry, I went down that tangent. Yeah, if you're looking to trade out of your sterling or whatnot, I know I am. I have quite a bit of sterling, and I really don't want it. I don't think sterling is like constitutional. It's kind of a booby prize, and you just got to be really careful where you sell it, or you'll take a very big haircut. But I have a lot of sterling I want to get rid of, and I'm just kind of debating what to do with that. You should be able to get 90% a spot, but I'm greedy. I want 95. Okay, a Krugerrand is 37.88 at bullion exchanges, and the 100 Corona is out of stock. Sorry about that. I think they have. We'll check the gold below spot page. Let me go. Oh, I missed it. Where's the gold below spot page? Here it is. Sometimes the 100 Corona pops up there. Yeah, and they're scruffy and they're X jewelry. And personally, I don't like that. But, it'll be a cheap buy sell spread. When they melt it, they don't care what the condition is. Again, dealers will pay you 2% back. Here is a 20 franc and what, 0.186, I think, ounces. 717 at JM Bullion. Let's see, moving on. Look at the Platinum Eagle. Look at the price. 1721. I think the last time I bought one of these was like 1100 or even $1,000. Should have held it, but I sold it. But that makes new money. It makes money available for buying something new, and I bought some Engelhard bars with the new stuff, and I traded some Engelhard bars from some other stuff. So, if you're rotating your capital, you young guys and you middle-aged guys that have consistent income, you can just keep buying. But once you retire, the income slows down. As a matter of fact, it trickles down. So now you're focused on trading. It's a whole different ball game. The 25-gram pack, which wow, we bought this so much cheaper, is now $15.46 at Golden Eagle. A little cheaper on eBay, as I recall. Palladium out of assay is $16.49. I don't know a single thing about palladium, but it's like a third derivative from gold. Oh, that's platinum. Oh, I thought that was a palladium. Oh, I screwed up that link. Sorry about that. I don't know a single thing about palladium except that it's used in catalytic converters for internal combustion engine cars. And I don't know what's going to happen to the auto industry. I really couldn't tell you. Let's do a Silver Eagle. And now the premium is $2.99, $49.08 for a Silver Eagle. Can you spell FOMO? Do you have your Eagles? Please put some Eagles in your stack, guys. If somebody's telling you not to buy Eagles, man, click away, click away. Okay, red light, green light, and I had to adjust this again very quickly. So what I'm saying here is we're in a new higher range of 45 to 50. It's likely, it's obvious, we want to make a run to 50. GSR wants to test 80, in my opinion. Gold doesn't show any signs of slowing down. It seems to have $4,000 written on its forehead. So I could see $4,000 gold. I could see something close to $50 silver. And then silver will meet a lot of resistance at 50. If you think the LCSs are busting with silver right now that people are selling, you're right. And but those are those guys, and those guys have been in it for a while, and those guys have made a lot of money. So, don't hold it against people who are selling right now. Some of the stackers I respect the most are the ones that sold some, not all, of their stack the last time we had a run to 50. What did they do with the money? Well, they didn't put it in their mattress. They went out and bought real estate with it. Or they bought, fill in the blank for your tangible assets, raw land, or, vacation property, or farm equipment, or forever stamps, whatever it is, people do sell, and nobody talks about selling. So recognize that if we do have a reversal, then you have you had an opportunity, and you don't want to waste that opportunity if there's something you want to do. Personally, I have a mortgage to pay off. So, that's what I'll be doing with the 25% that I'm raising, and I feel good about that. But again, if you have a longer time perspective and you're waiting for higher prices, I don't blame you at all. Matter of fact, I'll be doing that with the 75% of my stack that I'm holding. All right, silver maples, and 48.14 at bullion exchanges. Kangaroos, a little cheaper at 47.99 at bullion exchanges. Britannia's are 48.78. Oh, how'd that get in there? Krugerrand is 48.04 at bullion exchanges, and the Philharmonic is 47.64 at bullion exchanges. Go ahead and get the Philharmonic, but wait, we'll find it cheaper in a minute. I don't even want to check the Libertads, guys. But there is a dynamic happening right now. So if you're picking up collector coins, recognize that there is such a thing as the collector coin to bullion spot ratio. And I just made that up. But, you know, right now, your bullion will buy you more collector coins than they ever have in the past. If you collect, if you are buying vintage silver, if you are buying numismatics, your raw silver, your 999 bars will, you know, now buy you a lot more of that stuff. That stuff is out of favor right now because people are compressing everything to spot price. So if you were a collector, and I don't think you should be a big collector, you should keep that small. But now is not a bad time to trade out of some bullion and go into some collector coins. Anything that you fancy, anything you have that you think has legs. Carson City Morgans. Coinhuskers had Carson City Morgans in the GSA slab for about $300 this morning. So you want to trade out some silver and buy some Carson City Morgans, I would do that. You want to buy some vintage bars with your $50 an ounce silver, I would do that. But I'm already loaded up with collector stuff, and I'm actually doing the opposite. Why? Because I'm older. So anyway, that's what's going on there. I don't know why I went down that tangent. Sorry for that. Let's get away from the U.S. Mint. I can't stand it. Over at Costco, well, you'll have to pay up for your gold and silver. A bar is $38.39, and a gold bar $38.39. A silver bar is $4.99, and you get your 4% off on that if you're buying there. It's a way to get your gold and silver right around spot for very nice bars. Junk is now under spot, and this is probably a reflection. It says it somewhere in here. 49 cents under spot. Did you ever think you would see that? This is a reflection of, I think, what Brian said about them not being able to melt it anymore. Of course, they've probably been getting, 5% back a spot. If you go to buy this from them, it'll be 10% back a spot or something like that. They've probably been getting 5% back at the refinery and melting thousands and thousands of ounces of pre-65 silver. So this is what's going on right now, and I recommend 25% of your stack in constitutional. You can get it even cheaper in a larger lot, but if you're paying any more than $2 back a spot, you're making a mistake, unless you're just supporting your LCS, which is okay as well. Did they drop the price on the Mercs? Oh my God, Mercs at spot. Mercs at spot. Mercs at spot. I'm going to have to take a break and think about that. Holy mackerel. So here is something you could do as well. This video is going to be an hour today. I don't know what to tell you guys. There's just so much going on and things are changing so rapidly. Mercs at spot. Mercs at spot. Okay, when junk comes back, and it will, and first the Eagles come back, and then the Maples come back with higher premiums, and then the junk comes back, and pretty soon you'll have some dope on YouTube telling you they're not making any more of it, and it's worth a $10 premium. Okay, avoid those guys. But Mercs at spot, that is a pretty good deal. Wow. I wonder if it'd be cheaper on eBay. Because Mercs have numismatic value. Mercs are at the apex of the junk silver pile. So buy those all day long. If you're buying, okay? I mean, we're at 46, probably moving to 48, 49. I don't know what happens at 50. We'll have to see how big a sell-off we have at 50. Okay. Wow. Wow. I got to take a break after that. Yeah, that was blowing my mind. Wow. I still like these 2-ounce maples, dollar over spot. And of course, you can buy rounds all day long under spot on eBay. I will do the kilo. There was something I wanted to tell you here. Hey, wait a minute. It didn't update. No, this is no good. They raised their price. Like they only had a cheap price for a day over at First Mint. Actually, Bullion Exchanges has the cheapest price on a kilo. Boy, I wish I ran Keith Neumeyer's First Mint. Man, he could make that such a bitchin' organization. He's got access to very cheap silver, but they have no creativity, no business sense. He's just not focused on this, and I think they really need a new mint director over there, somebody that knows what they're doing, and boy could they do some good stuff. Man, to have access to cheap silver and all the tools you need, and just waste the opportunity with these generic bars that they're making that are overpriced today. Yeah, I ragged on First Mint. Sorry about that. 100-ounce bars. Did this update? At bullion exchanges, 46.64, and that's pretty damn close to spot right there, but cheaper on eBay. 100-ounce bars are going to be cheaper on eBay. Let's keep moving here. What is the 5-kilo Geiger bar going for? Whoa, up $1,000 in a couple of weeks. Not bad. 8,887 for a 5-kilo Geiger bar. Wouldn't you love to have that? Now, unless you have a 10,000-ounce stack, you can't buy that. I forbid it. Okay, I can't do the U.S. Mint anymore. They're driving me crazy. Here's a pocket pinger. Now we're on eBay. When you shop on eBay, before you do, take your time. Go get yourself some good credit cards, okay? The dealer prices are cash prices. eBay prices are credit card prices for you new guys and gals. If you have a 3% cash rebate credit card, don't get the air miles. Don't, pick up Tupperware or whatever it is you're doing with your points. Get 3% cash back. You can do that with the PayPal credit card and the American Express Everyday Cash checkout through PayPal. Okay, you need to do that to get the deals. If you're not doing that, you're throwing money away. Those links are on my website. All these links are on my website, and I do appreciate it when you click my links here on the eBay section, because that's what keeps me rolling in the morning. And I start this at 4 in the morning, and I don't finish till, probably 7. Let's see. So there's pocket pinger. You got to have one of those. You need a micrometer too to really get the full value out of that. The app is free as well. Silver Eagles this morning. And don't forget, 25% of your silver stack in Eagles. Premiums are still low on these guys. Let's see. And we have got some culls at 975. We've got some culls at 985. Ooh, here we go. What is this? Here we have, you don't want 0 feedback sellers. You don't want less than 100 feedback sellers. 100% positive, big seller, and he has got 2016 Silver Eagles. Is there anything in the notes? Are they actually going to make me read the notes? Because I can mess up sometimes. No, uncirculated, he doesn't call them brilliant, but generic pictures. I'd ask him for a picture of the coins themselves, but let's see. Let's say you get these for $9.70. He'll take a best offer. Don't you dare pay the full price when they say best offer. So we'll do the math on this. $9.70. Let's say you get it for $9.70. Divided by 20. The first price is going to be $48.50 times 0.97 with a 3% rebate credit card. And you're going to be at $47 for a BU Eagle. If you pick that up at the dealer, $47 versus right there, cheapest price on the internet, $49. You're going to save $2 a Silver Eagle. You're going to be roughly 50 cents to $1 over spot for a Silver Eagle when dealers are paying spot or 50 cents over. Buy sell spread minuscule, one of the best coins you can stack in the entire world, and there it is for you right there. Right there, right there. That's the way we do it. I mean, I can't beat that. If you guys aren't doing that, then you're not buying. And I don't blame you at all if you're not buying. You can click the link for the larger lot. Maybe you'll get an even better deal. But I find that the mid-size sellers are offering better deals on Eagles right now. And clean them out, guys. Clean them out. Okay, Silver Maples, tube of 25, $11.79. Britannia's tube of 25, $12.45. Let's do... Is that $11.79 real? Let's check that out. No, only 23 feedback. No, I'm sorry. 6,000 feedback. What's wrong with your maples? Mixed dates. Okay, it's a Frankenstein tube of maples. And they look to be all messed up. Those are cull maples at $11.79. Let's look at the cheat sheet. Oh my God, it's just off the charts. I don't want cull maples. I don't want them. They're ugly. Let's see. Let's do kangaroos. 2 by 25 kangaroos. 12.24. Varied condition, messed up kangaroos, as they often are. The worst coin that Perth Mint manufactures. Ugly. They should be ashamed of it. Milk spots like crazy, but it is silver. And they are, I don't know if they're 4.9s or not. Oh yeah, they're 4.9s. The first year was 3.9s on these, and those carry some good value. I bought those in the first year, but I've sold them at this point. 12.24 for messed up kangaroos. And that gets you, oh, that's not a bad price, 12.24. That's going to get you, oh, 12.24. Look at this, I'm looking at 11.24 like a dope. 12.24 for messed up kangaroos? Okay, wait a minute here. How about, let's do Philharmonics, huh? Philharmonics, tube of 20. This is big seller, good feedback, BU, Philharmonics. Let's get a good look at them. I don't see the milk spots. Those look okie dokie. 950 on 950 on that. 47.50. About 46 out the door on the Philharmonics versus the dealer price of 46 versus 47.64. Save $1.64 on your Philharmonics. You need more evidence that shopping on eBay makes sense if you use some simple rules. Junk, small lot of junk. Can we beat 50 cents back? Now you don't want the slicks. Skip those. Here's a $100 bag, full dates, 33.37. This would be about $100 off, 32.37 times face versus the dealer price, large lot, let's be fair, 32.37 versus, oh, it's a push. Okay, let's get over to the small lot. Wait a minute. I thought I was on the small lot. Oh, it's up here. Small lot of junk. $2.99 for slicks. Slicks. Boy, those look worn. I just don't like it. Let me keep moving. Let's see. These are standing liberties, no dates. You want your dates, guys. Full dates, 32.4. Out the door, about 31.4 times face. And 31.4 versus the dealer price. We got to go to the small lot on this one. 31.4 versus 32.6. So 31.4, you're saving a lot of money on this. 31.4 divided by 0.715. And this is the price, the conversion price for full dates, not for slicks. $43.90 against a 46 and change. Here you got over $2 discount, $2 under spot deal, right? No, where's the one I liked? Where's the one I liked? Full date Washingtons. Oh, don't be zero feedback. No, nothing wrong with that at all. They haven't been cleaned or anything. Just Washington quarters, zero numismatic value. Melt it if you want. I don't care what you do with this junk. But, you know, there you go. How much do you want to save? He's got 7 of them. Okay, so you can get over your sales tax limit if you're in California and 25% of your stack in junk right now. If you're buying. If you're not buying, hey, I don't blame you. Okay, well, hell. Can we do any better than that? Come on, guys. Everything's under spot on eBay. Here's a kilo for 14. Oh, for feedback seller. Nope. Here's an AppMex deal. 15.37. I don't know. You check the price on that. Here's vintage poured bars. So if you wanted to trade out of some silver and get into, we can just do 10 ounce. Let's get up to the 10 ounce bars. 10 ounce Engelhard. Look at that. 10 ounce Engelhard. Boy, somebody like rubbed that hard. Oh my God, it's a waffle back for $4.99. Holy shit. Wow. Pretty low number, too. What are you doing, sir? Okay. Like I said, a few months ago, you would have traded, what does this cost now? 10 ounces of silver. You would have traded 20 ounces of silver for this bar. Today, people are saying, man, I just want cheap silver. They're not saying, man, I want collector bars. So be contrarian and ride the waves. This is a friggin' great deal, and I love that it's got a weak stamp. What else you got, dude? I haven't even got onto the gold yet. Hyatt coins. Oh my God, he's dumping all his vintage bars. Oh, look at that. That is beautiful. Oh God, that's a beautiful. Oh my God, it's a grease bar. All right, get on over to Hyatt Coins. Click the link in my website. What you do is click this link for vintage bars here and just go shopping. But be sure that if you're trading, that you got somebody to buy your silver bullion before you get extended on stuff like that. I just can't keep going. I can't keep going. It's all good today. If you're a believer in $46 silver, I'm just going to do the big gold. Let's do a buffalo. A buffalo is going for no zero feedback sellers. 39.47. That'd be about dollar 120. About 38.20 on the buffalo. The big proof gold set is going for zero feedback seller Skippy. Zero feedback seller Skippy. 100 feedback seller 7,300. I would give that a go and offer him 71. Get it out the door at 69. You'll be doing a happy dance. So give this guy a low offer, you heavy hitters out there. He wants to sell his gold, and they're only paying 67, 6,800 at the dealer. So yeah, give this guy an offer. Maybe he only takes 71, but you'll go to the bank on that. The gold links are good too, guys. Just click these links and you'll get the same sorts I am looking at. I'm not going to do the collector coins or the stuff in my eBay store. If you see anything in there you want to trade for, feel free to shout out. And we'll have a new bar coming up in a few days here for you channel members. So there's the cards I recommend. All the links are there. Prior picks of the day. Moving on to commendations and salutations and thank yous for the cups of coffee and the channel members. I thank you very much for being a channel member, being in the inner circle, and I'm really enjoying talking to you guys on email and wherever you want to communicate with me. And some of us are doing trades, and it's just all cool. Thank you for being part of this community. All we want to do is get good deals and help each other out. Nothing makes me happier than seeing a stacker succeed. And you guys been stacking for a while. How many times did you hear silver is going to 25? Okay, remember the people that told you that. How many times did you hear silver is going to 1,000? Well, remember those guys too, because I don't think it is. But for you guys that kept the faith and you built your stack bigger and bigger, and you also bought gold, good for you. Good for you. Now enjoy it. Enjoy it. Sell some if you want. Go buy that Corvette you've been wanting, or pay off your mortgage, or buy some raw land, or get your wife a diamond ring. Don't forget your wife, okay? And this goes for you women stackers as well. Don't forget your husband. Share the wealth here. Don't just hoard it like Donald Duck. Sell a little bit and get yourself something nice. Get your spouse something nice. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. Wife wants to do a kitchen remodel. And she's like, wow, where'd that money come from? I'm like, wow. But remember, we got to pay off the mortgage too. Okay, guys, that's all I have for you today. Thumbs up if you like what I'm doing here. Share it with a friend or on social media if you want everybody to get this advice. And subscribe if you want to see it every day. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye now.